Hello guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build. Today we are building in the world of Sulani and we are building another summer home. I am very excited about this one because it was actually inspired by a rental that I spent time with, in this year, in like early July or like mid-July with my family in Croatia, and I was very much loving the space and I really wanted to recreate it in The Sims. So this is what I came up with. So we've been to a mobile home, something that they call a mobile home, because they are usually kind of these boxes that kind of stack together that they get to the place where we stayed. And we've been loving these ever since the pandemic hit. So because, you know, in the pandemic you had these restrictions and you really needed to stay away from other people, we started going to these and we absolutely fell in love because you have flexibility, you could go back here, and the one that we had this year was even better because it was quite close to the beach and we were able to, like, you know, take a swim in the sea and then go back and lay on the patio or sit outside or be inside. It was amazing. It was genuinely an amazing vacation that I really desperately needed after last summer, which I spent studying and spent mostly at home because my brother, he had a surgery, so we had to kind of stay home because he couldn't swim with the scars and everything, so we had to go a little bit later. So last summer was just not great. It was not very relaxing because I spent half of it studying and the other half just sitting at home, so it was not a great summer. So this summer is genuinely amazing. It's making up for last year for sure. So this was an amazing vacation. I had a blast. It was great. I enjoyed. We had beautiful water. It was amazing. So before I go any further with this narration, let me tell you something about the build. So it's a 20 by 20 lot in Sulani. I think it's called Tangled Flat, the lot. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. It can house up to 6 Sims. It's rental. I'm not sure how it shows up on the gallery though, but it should be as a rental. If not, it might be residential, but it's meant to be a rental. You could use it as residential, of course. About the gallery, I know it's been very buggy lately, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to find my profile or the bill itself, so you can try looking for it under the name, which should be Sulani Family Rental, or you could try searching with hashtag that I use on all of my recent builds, which is michaelasimsyt all together, and you can try that hashtag. Maybe that will help you get to where you need to go, because it's been, gallery's been a pain and it's just not working very much these days. So hopefully you'll be able to find it if you want to download it. I was very excited to work on this because when I saw the rental that we stayed at, I was very excited. I was like, I'm gonna build this because it's beautiful, gorgeous, lovely, and it's going to look amazing in The Sims. So I tried to keep as much as possible from the original house that we stayed at, but it's mostly the shape of the house. The floor plan is sort of similar, and the front porch is kind of similar. The platforms, there have been less platforms on the original than here, but I really was kind of trying to balance the reality that I was inspired by and the I don't know what I want to say. I was trying to balance the reality and me wanting to fit as much activities here as I could from The Sims. So I really needed a bit more space. The side porch where the pool was not part of our rental, but I had extra space on the side on this lot, so I wanted to fill it. So I placed a pool, and which I thought would be like a nice addition if you decide to go on vacation with your Sims here. I also added this kind of sunbathing area, which is only accessible through the pool, which I thought was like a really nice touch. So you can only have to swim through the pool to get to this part, which I'm not sure if it's practical because if you like dry up when you're sunbathing, you'll have to swim back again. Probably not very good, but I mean, it's a sim, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, I made sure to add as many activities as I could. So there is some sunbathing chairs, there is a jacuzzi. I also placed a kiddie pool because I then decided it's going to be a family rental. There is a lounge area outside. There's a barbecue area as well. So I really wanted to add as much as I possibly could so your Sims would have something to do on their vacation. They can obviously go to the beach because it's the Sulani, so they can take their stuff and go to the beach if they want to. This is kind of like only the space, the place where they stay at, and yeah, I think they're going to enjoy it because I definitely did enjoyed building this. I loved adding the vines on the side that came with Jungle Adventure. Yeah, I was very happy with how this turned out. I've been kind of struggling a little bit lately with my channel. That's probably not the right word. I love building. I've been absolutely overflowing with ideas. It's been great from that side, but I've been very not a fan of content creation and editing and social media overall. It's been very overwhelming, I feel like. So I am actually thinking about taking a little bit of a break. So I have builds finished till the 8th of September, which is like, what, 2 weeks from now? And so I have that finished. I have them ready. Almost one of them I finished yesterday. So I still have to schedule social media stuff and things like that. But I had 2 more builds scheduled before the 22nd of September, which is kind of like a breaking point, I guess, in my journey. I want to change some of the things on my channel. I want to go for a little bit of a more autumnal branding. I'm going to be adding some stuff. I'm going to be changing my schedule, so there are going to be changes coming. And I'm thinking about taking a break between the 8th and 22nd. There should be, according to my current schedule, there should be 2 more builds in that period, but I'm just not feeling it at the moment, especially with social media, and because I still have like free time before my semester starts, before my school starts in October, in September. I really just want to relax, just forget about social media for a little bit. So yeah, I think that's probably going to happen. I'm just not sure yet, but I've been feeling overwhelmed with like building so much and doing all the content creation, doing all the editing, and it's just been a lot. So I think I might take a 2-week break from like videos, everything, to really take a breath, I guess. Yes. So here we are working on the kitchen. I use these beautiful counters from what is the world? I was gonna say from the Sulani pack. But it's called Island Living. So from the Island Living pack, I love these so much. I don't use them nearly as often because they are very specific, I feel like. So they don't really fit in every build. I feel like they really fit in like these more like tropical builds, which is a shame because I love them. But yeah, I had an excuse to use them here. So I did, and they turned out really, really pretty. I especially love them because of the waterfall effect of the counter. It's beautiful. I love that. So yeah, that was the reason why I decided to go for these. And the layout of the kitchen is a bit wonky. It was actually the way it was in our own home. It was a little bit different with like the placement of things, but I just didn't have enough space for the way it was laid out in our own rental. But I really try to keep it as similar as possible. And this was sort of the layout of the home. We had the big counter, like the island counter, with seating for eating only outside, which makes sense. If you were in a tropical place like Croatia, you will eat outside. So yeah, that was the space, and I really love how this turned out, especially the kitchen. I love that one, even though I think I loved the whole build altogether. I added my favorite blue kind of pops here and there. which wasn't part of our rental. Our rental was more like, not, I don't want to say pastel colors, but there were some like hints of this like boho color palette with like terracotta green, but I wasn't feeling it in The Sims. I really wanted to pair this like white and the light wood and this like more warmer wood with blue, because I felt like it had like a really nice like calming effect, because blue obviously is like a calming color. So I felt like it looked really like calming and soothing, something you want from a rental because you're going on vacation here, so you want to relax and recharge your batteries and things like that. So yeah, I guess that was what I was thinking when I was choosing the color scheme. I am also super excited because this weekend it's the first F1 race of the summer break. Yay! Because I've been missing them so much, even though this season is fairly boring with Red Bull absolutely dominating. Max Verstappen winning everything he can. But still, I miss the F1 race. I've missed them because there was like, what, a month without any race, which is insane. So yeah, there's going to be a race tomorrow. It's supposed to rain all weekend, so it's going to be a perfect weekend to stay in, watch sports, and just enjoy myself and just really relax before I have to start doing some schoolwork next week. Even though I really don't want to, I really didn't plan on doing that, but my thesis supervisor decided that I'm gonna collaborate, or not collaborate, that's probably not the right word, but that two other students that write under her supervision, who are bachelor students, have like similar topics to mine. So she was like, you know what, we could get together and talk about it. And then she was like, yeah, in like 2 weeks. And I'm like, no, what? Who thought that was a good idea? So right now I'm a little panicking a little bit because I don't have anything. I had to change my topic during a vacation in Croatia, actually, because I realized that my research method is no longer working. So I had to change it something else, which I'm not completely happy with, but that was the best I could do on like quite a tight schedule. So it's going to be a pain in the ass working on the thesis, actually. And now I have to start now, which was not something I planned for. Just great. Just amazing. So yes, next week I'm gonna have to start doing some work, which I'm not happy with at all. Anyway, so now we're working on this very small but very spacious bedroom. I'm sorry, bedroom for the kids. This was actually how our rent was. It had 4 bunk beds, like 2 bunk beds with 4 beds. So you could fit 4 kids in here, or like 4 Sims in here. So overall, this build can take up to 6 Sims, which I think is very good, considering that it's fairly small and it's on a 20 by 20. So I'm very happy with that. And now we're moving on to the last room of the house, which is not the last room. There is bathroom after this as well. We're moving on to the last room of like the last whatever. I'm getting lost in whatever I wanted to say. So we are moving on to the master bedroom. I tried at the first the layout that our rental had, but it was not gonna work, and I just didn't want to kind of force it. So I placed a bed here, and I placed a dresser on the other side, which I was so excited with, because when I was taking screenshots, it looked so good. The light, like the light from the sun, like the sunbeams coming from the outside through the window, to the stuff they're laying on the like they're placed on the dresser. They look amazing, like amazing. It's like my favorite screenshot in a very long time. It just looks absolutely beautiful. I actually shared it when I finished this build like a month ago on my Twitter, I want to say, and I was just so like over the moon with how it turned out and how it looked, because it's just so beautiful. It's amazing. And now we're moving on to the bathroom. It's quite spacious, but I again wanted to keep it the way we had it in the rental. So we had the shower kind of hidden behind a wall here. We have a toilet right next to the door. And then on the other side, there was a couple of sinks and some storage, I believe. And yeah, that's almost it for today's video. So if you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt. Or you can get the trade files in the description box below, as always, on my Ko-fi page. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you will never miss a video. I will be starting to post once a week, every Friday. I might do some extra streams as well if I find the motivation to do it. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
Myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. This really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in